Hey guys, just getting back from Western North Carolina. That's my old trailer. This is my new trailer. Trying to get it cleaned up. I bought this trailer to assist in helping people after hurricanes. Got an excellent deal on it, so I went ahead and purchased it. Guys, check out this video because you're going to see who's really helping the people of Western North Carolina. And it's not who you think it is. Check it out. Okay. Hey guys, I'm out here with Al from Southern Tough Trailers. We called him. We had a need to have a trailer to carry some stuff to the victims of the storms up in Western North Carolina. Called Al, and he wanted to get right on in and help us out. We sure appreciate it if you're interested in buying a trailer. And I'm actually going to buy one because I was surprised how cheap they were. Yeah, so I contacted Al, and we needed a trailer, and they just jumped right in.
Yeah, our owner of the company, Dave Sherman, he also looks after us and people in the community that need help and everything. So these trailers and stuff, he's always out there, you know, lending a hand to help the community.
Well, tell him we appreciate it. This is going to be helpful to some people up there in North Carolina that really need it. My goodness. Oh, I can tell you. Come on out, let's unload them first. Okay. This is a group called Haven Helping Hands at our church, Haven Worship Center. I put in the call to them, and they all gladly jumped in to receive donations from the community. They then came to help to load the trailer up so that we could transport all the things we received up to Western North Carolina. I sure do appreciate their help. They made a tremendous difference.
Mike, where are we going to put them?
We'll just start setting it, and then we'll do all the organization. My goodness.
Oh, how awesome.
Yeah, look at this. Here, some friends of the church went and bought hundreds of dollars worth of new stuff to donate to the needy. A lot of cold weather gear, tents, and blankets were what was needed. I think y'all went overboard.
No. Wasn't enough.
Well, your truck he can't take anymore. That's pretty much when you got to stop. I got to say that many people gave a lot that I was unable to catch on camera as I wasn't there receiving the entire time. I really thank everybody that got involved and stepped up to the call. Jimmy Reddick said his wife said they need this because they don't have a way to warm their food up.
Yeah.
They got some generators, but they don't have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. Also donated was a pallet of water and a pallet of MREs, as you can see in the trailer there. Also, I want to say that a lot of the stuff that was donated was new stuff. Matter of fact, the vast majority of it was. Again, I appreciate Haven Helping Hands for jumping in and getting it all loaded. I want to thank Bobby Williams and his organization for donating the pallet of MREs and the water. I'm going to do a separate video on them at a different time. Guys, though I can't say 100% at the making of this video, but I believe we're going to put together another trip to build some tiny sheds. The people up there have nowhere to stay. Many are living in tents and our shelters, and winter's coming. Look in the description to see how you can help. It's greatly needed. Some people gave cash, so we're going to show the receipts. We're going to spend every dime. I was able to get on Facebook groups to find out things that people needed. And gas cans were one of them. Also, a trip to Harbor Freight was in order. One of the places I love to shop. 4133. A few people gave cash, and we bought gas cans, and now I'm buying the gas because we heard that's one thing they're having trouble getting up there. Is all of us live in Florida know after the storm, getting gas is a hassle. What an absolute blessing. In 3 days we packed this trailer. Every time God's in something, it just works. It just works. Don't ever hesitate to start something. If God wants you to do it, it all works out. Well, myself and the mountain man, we heading up along with the wife, Robbie. We heading up to Burnsville. There's a place there to help out. And then a little bit north of there to the Habitat, or east of there, to the Habitat of Humanity. They're in a smaller town in Spruce Pines, North Carolina, and they are run out of supplies daily. So we're going to take a lot of the MREs and the water up there. And one thing is the beautiful fall colors. This is the time of year a lot of people are just coming to look for the leaf change. But with all this damage, it's changed a lot. So the National Guard is here. We're in Burnsville. These are places that pop up in different parking lots. And actually appears that Burnsville is pretty good with supplies. We're going to work a little further northeast. A couple of smaller towns that we understand don't have the supplies these places do. Well, we're out here at a church, across the street from a church. A feeding center, and we've got a lot of people. We're giving out merchandise. We're already probably about halfway done with giving out. Those are boxes of MREs and boxes or a pallet of water. Go ahead and take it. Take it. There you go. There you go. Mountain Man Jim Reddick and his wife Robbie. We got it going on. We're doing a great thing, Haven. Doing a great thing. So this is a little town called Spruce Pines. It's probably an hour northeast of Asheville. Asheville, being such a big town, has gotten a lot of news coverage. So though they have a long ways to go, they are getting supplies in there. And then as you go a little bit north, you get to Burnsville. And then another probably 20 minutes east of Burnsville is Spruce Pines. Burnsville at this time has a good deal of merchandise coming in, but as you go east or further in or further up, you get to these small towns that have had virtually no help. Let me explain the situation, though it looks clear here. Just off camera, about a quarter mile down near the river is where the destruction is. Anything that was on the river is gone, completely gone. I'm going to show you some video in a minute of some of the places that we saw. The great need now is housing. As you may or may not know, there was lots of tents in there. It was the first things to go because people don't have any place to stay and are staying in shelters or with friends, and it's getting cold there. We are planning, though not 100% sure, to build some structures like tiny houses or large sheds in the very near future. Look in the description for that if you want to help. Okay.
When it was at its highest, I would have called you every liar in the world.
I believe
that there could be that much water in that little place.
They said that it got in Lost Cove. There's mountains on both sides of the river, so there's really nowhere for the water to go.
And the best deer
Spread
hunting
out.
territory in
They
the
said
world.
at the highest peak it was 170 feet.
Good night.
Yep.
So that's like a bowl.
Yeah.
Mine is right behind the store. So structurally, the house stood, can't claim one word. You know the only thing that happened? I'm gonna have to revarnish my hardwood floors. But my furniture and everything's gone. It's toast.
And was it mud or water?
Both.
Both. Just a mudslide then.
Yeah.
Well, today we were the hands of Jesus. We did good. We handed out a whole trailer load of stuff to a lot of needy people. Did a good thing today. How'd that make y'all feel?
It's good to help people that need it.
It was a privilege.
It's a
privilege. It is a privilege.
Yes, it is.
Privilege
It's a
to do it.
privilege and to be on this side to be able to help.
Yep.
The Lord blesses, and we ain't
Very
in
blessed.
there.
I just lost power for 10.5 hours, but no damage. Some of these people don't even have houses.
Yep.
Lost everything they owned, so what they were wearing when it happened.
And you know what was funny about it is people would only take a little bit. We were trying to get them to take more, and they would just take a little bit. No one like overloaded or anything.
Nope.
That was nice to see.
Yeah, the needs going forth. I mean, they got a lot of stuff they're getting right now, but 2 months, 3 months, 4 months down the road, that's where the need's gonna get probably even greater than it is right now, because they've got the initial supplies to get them through for a while. But
They need housing.
Yeah, they need housing.
Trailers, sheds.
There's a lot of people who don't have a house. They're just, you know, they were taking tents because that's all they had, but
And it's wintertime. It's in the 30s at night right now. And it's not even gotten cold yet. It's just starting.
we're gonna see about trying to do a few little temporary housing back home and bring them up, because they got, how many months of winter y'all got?
Till about end of April, 1st of May.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna show you some video now of some of the destruction and what people are living in. It's pretty bad.
Just continue to pray for Western North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee,
Yeah.
South Carolina. That was a large storm, and getting hit with Florida, getting hit with 2 of them, and us getting a hurricane in Western North Carolina, unheard of. I moved from Florida to get away from hurricanes, and
Got it.
it followed me.
Listen, if you don't think we're in the end times, read your Bible, because it all talks about all this stuff. You know, one of the things that we keep hearing is, and we have yet to see any FEMA sites. The only thing that we've seen is National Guard. Yeah, this is all locals helping up here.
Local we've talked to has been contacted by FEMA or seen a FEMA site set up for them to seek help from.
Or the people that supplied has been turned down. That we are seeing ourselves. Yep, you can't. Unfortunately, you can't count on the government. You've got to be ready.
Every time you speak against it, the government says you're just passing false information. It's not false information. That's what's really happening on the ground. People that are living through it.
So what we noticed is any time that you would come to a creek that would have been a small creek, it turned into a roaring river and took everything out. See the dirt on the road? That was completely covered. Nope. Where she worked was gone. The crazy thing is, they were making them come in the day that the worst. Yeah. She said something told her not to, and it got destroyed. She wouldn't have got home. She wouldn't have got home. This place is about as bad as. All this area was a small creek. It's so small you can't even see it out there. That's a vehicle. But all of that went underwater. Yeah, we're down here. Man, I don't even know. These places are just destroyed, absolutely destroyed. All this was underwater. Every bit of this was underwater. I got some stories I'm fixing to post here. This lady that lives right up the mountain, we're dropping off MREs to them. They couldn't even come down the mountain for about 3 or 4 days, but absolute disaster.
Yeah, right past that antique store here where the open gap is, there was a little post office there. It's completely gone. And to the left of that used a men's hairdresser barber shop. That bridge is gone, but there was an apartment building there. Or 2 houses maybe, I'm not sure. They're completely gone. And over here, I mean, this here was all covered in mud, debris. I mean, they done some massive cleanup here. On the
How
other
high you
side,
think the water was here?
I am not sure. It must have come through bad because, I mean, there was vehicles down in there where the post office used to sit.
I mean, I assume the water had to be all the way up here, right?
Yeah, there was, I mean, there was mud about that thick.
Wow. That's crazy.
Behind there, I'm not sure if they removed it already. There was a huge silo that it
We
washed
saw
out.
it. It's sitting down there. Oh yeah, no, yeah, still there.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Well, by the time we made it out, we in on a 1 mile radius where I live. Every way out to any town was gone. Vietnam veteran, and he told us we needed to go by this way here and look at that. He said every night in Vietnam when they went to lay down, it was just missiles flying everywhere, and he said he's still never seen any destruction like this. He was really upset.
That's amazing.
Historically, the Cane River never went above 10 foot, and I can't remember. It seems like she said it came up 40 foot.
Wow. Like why were y'all stuck up the mountain?
We were, where we live, there's 1, 2, 3 ways out, like back roads.
Yeah.
We could go, I mean, our driveway was completely gone. It was washed out about that wide and about that deep. So we had to cut over the horse pasture, take out a pole, and then we had one little narrow area where we could get a 4-wheeler out. And down the road from the house, we could go a radius of 1 mile. If we turned left to go onto 7 Mile Ridge, it was like just a whole piece of road ripped out. There was just a huge crater there. Trying to go Hall's Chapel Road, that's along the South Toe River, it was completely gone. I mean, there was places we could go so far down, and then I just started walking to see what it looked like.
So who is doing all the work here, helping?
Locals and volunteers, churches.
People just coming in and.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Have y'all seen FEMA up here?
Not where I live, no.
I'll show them the map.
All volunteers.
Yep.
We were completely on our own, isolated on our 1 mile radius up there. People would walk, and a lot of locals out there with chainsaws cutting trees. Then after a day or two, we started seeing a lot of helicopters, but as far as really seeing FEMA or anything or National Guard, it took, I think, way too long.
Yeah. And you know what? The people that I've talked to that said they've applied for assistance, they got turned down, at least the ones that I've talked to. I don't know who they're helping. So guys, as you've seen, Western North Carolina is still in a bad way. Shelter is something that they need. We are planning probably another trip to build some type of small structures and take up there. If and when we do that, I'll probably have to make a separate video about that. And if you're interested in helping, there will be some details at that time. But I'm going to leave it with this. Pray for Western North Carolina, that those people, they need help.
What in the world?
Like a bomb went off.
There's a bar here. Trying to figure out what they're gonna do with this tank.